Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimming Bird and welcome to the pre-release for Minecraft version 1.8.1. We've got performance improvements, bug fixes, a few new features, and even some exciting news about Minecraft 1.9 in store, so let's get into it. Bugs. And the game runs quite a bit better now. If you had any problems running 1.8, a lot of that should be in screenshots here from Reddit user Redstone Helper. You can see a lot of blocks that in previous versions of the game, they just all blended together. A lot of them were very gray or they just didn't have their own color. Now have a distinct color, so it looks much better. Jump boost potions can now be extended, or a 6-minute splash potion of leaping, so you can jump a bit longer there. Over here, I've got some player skulls, and if you picked block on one in the past, you would just get the normal Steve head, but you can collect your friends' heads if you want. Over here, I've got some bunny rabbits. Now, in the past, if you wanted them to follow you, you had to use carrots, but now they will follow you if you have a golden carrot or even a dandelion. That's a little reference to how the Mog Miner fed a bunny a dandelion on a golf course, and that's why he added it to the game. So now if you want to breed them, you can use any of these items, but they'll also follow you as well when you hold them. None of the other flowers work, it's just the dandelion, very specific there. In the past, you couldn't place any buttons on top of flipped upside down stairs or upper slabs, but now you can put them on the top. Still can't put them on the bottom, unfortunately, but that's alright, maybe in the future. Over here, I've got a horse. He's sitting on an armor stand. If you saw baby horses in 1.8, you probably noticed they looked just kind of like smaller horses. They didn't really look right compared to how they were originally designed. Now they have their lanky little awkward full legs, as you can see here, and they will walk around all cute with their normal horse look from back in 1.6. Chicken jockeys, there were some issues in 1.8. If they went underwater, they would actually detach from their chicken, but now they will stay together and just hang out with their little and make them hold an item. It was in the wrong place and it was too small and stuff, but now it holds it just like it would a potion, and it sticks its nose out, which is really weird. Items were also too high on your arm in third person, so if you looked when I have my item here, especially when you're sneaking, it used to pop way up on your arm with the slim arms as well. It was a little weird. But now it is in the right spot. It's where your hand should be. I still think the blocking animation is kind of strange. It still looks good, but I'm used to the one where it like crosses fully over your chest. Another thing about third person, if I just have a normal hand sticking out here, if you have another layer over your hand like a wristband or something like that, it wasn't shown. I can show you guys, we have a new game rule. So in the past we had do mob loot. If you wanted like a rabbit or any monster or anything to not drop whatever it normally would, and not drop experience, you could do mob loot false. That's useful for adventure maps if you're controlling like experience and stuff like that. And we also had do tile drops, so if I was to break a block, you can make it where it doesn't drop. All this stuff for adventure maps for the most part, but mine carts, we also have boats, item frames there, and paintings. So if I was to break these blocks here with those on them, it won't drop the item frame and it won't drop the painting, and if I hit a minecart, it won't drop that either. It just kind of leaves it there, but it still is dropping these blocks because I don't have tile drop turned off. So yeah, just very useful. If you have an adventure map, you can now make it where that stuff won't pop off the wall as well, so it's a little bit better there. Over here, I can show you guys, we've got some other stuff going on. This cactus, previously, if you put a banner next to a cactus or on top of it, it would break and just drop like a black banner. Now you actually can't put a banner in certain directions around it. I think the same is for signs as well. I think it's just to alleviate. If you were in the nether previously, you went through a nether portal, if you're facing, like if I was walking through a nether portal and I looked up, when I went through I would be facing normal, but now it retains your orientation when you go through the nether portal. This is one of the oldest bugs. It's like bug 3. They finally fixed that, which is kind of funny. And speaking of the nether, glowstone crystal formations now form right. They didn't have bottoms before. It was really weird. And ender pearls, there was a nice little trick in the past where if you threw one and you logged out, you could come back and the pearl would drop you in another spot, and you could do stuff with the nether and port around by throwing it through another portal and stuff like that. And now you can do that again because the ender pearl will stay in the world and it won't just disappear after you log. I've got this little flock of ender dragons over here, as you can see, and they're all motionless here. They're stationary in the sky. That is because the no AI tag now works for ender dragons. So if you wanted to summon one in and you didn't want it to have any AI, it will just float there wherever you summon it, and it won't move. You can still hear it making noise, but it just sits there and doesn't do anything, so it's kind of funny. It would work for other mobs in the past, but it wouldn't work for ender dragons, but now we can do it And you can have a display Ender Dragon, just like growling, which is kind of funny. And also, if you do mob loot false, Ender Dragons will not drop their experience anymore. So if you don't want to get showered in experience orbs, that is something you can turn off now. Bows were upside down also in 1.8. Their texture was like weird or something strange, so that's nice. And a few other little things before we get into that 1.9 news. Over here, I've got Iron Golems ready to set up. You can now use Jack-o'-lanterns again to spawn them in, which is very nice. And previously, I did a big video on whether creepers and iron golems would attack each other. They have finally ended their feud, hopefully once and for all. The creepers will not go after the iron golem, and now a bug that was still in 1.8, the iron golems will not attack the creepers and blow up your base when you're not around. So that is very nice. They are a little bit easier to use now. You don't have to worry about babysitting them and stuff. He'll still go after that little chicken jockey. You just murdered him in cold blood. That was a previous villager baby that you did that to, but he did it anyways. A few of the, just because I think we still had the same credit sequence when you beat the Ender Dragon from back when 1.0 was finally released. So yeah, we've got a few new names added in there, which is nice. Now, the 1.9 news that I wanted to mention, very exciting stuff. The Mogminer, speaking of him, he is rewriting the whole model system for how entities work, like creepers and, you know, any of these mobs, stuff like that. And it's very complicated, but one of the things he said that we're going to be able to do in 1.9 is that if we have a resource pack, we can add knees and elbows to our players. So we can actually make our player model more complicated and have little knees and elbow joints and stuff like that. So that'll be something that we could just switch out with a resource pack. That's crazy. That seems like something you would have to mod in to do that sort of thing. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you're excited for 1.8.1. We're going to get some more fixes here before 9. Still no news when we're going to start getting snapshots of that, but hopefully sometime soon. They're already working on it. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @swimmingbird941. See when videos are posted automatically. And I'll see you guys next time for some more Minecraft updates. Goodbye.